Good morning. I'm Greg Cooley, one of the Sunday school teachers here at First United Methodist Church in Corinth, Mississippi. Welcome with us. Thank you for being here today, and hopefully we'll share with you a couple things that will help you through your day. God bless you. So the last 2 or 3 weeks we've been talking about this God of truth and God of mercy. We want both of those from time to time, don't we? And last week, we really looked in depth at a way of thinking about this where the bloodstream has the red blood cells and the white blood cells, and this God of strength is like the white blood cells. The God of mercy and grace is like the red blood cells. Let's take that just a step further this week. As we looked in John chapter 1, verse 14, God, Jesus, became flesh. God became flesh, dwelt among us. He was a God of grace and God of truth. So how do I relate to Him daily? How do I let this God of grace and truth be active in my life? Do I? Do you? Do I really think about Him daily? Do I let Him control me, affect me, maybe have some sort of ability to have an input in my day? Or do I only call on Him like a cosmic bellhop, where I just ring the bell and I want Him to come to me, whether out of truth or out of grace or mercy that day, whatever I particularly need, like I do a bellhop. And when He does His function, I want Him to go away. I want Him to disappear. I don't want that much involvement from this God. Or do I? Maybe as I get closer to Him and have more of a relationship with Him, I do want His effect on my life. Does that sound familiar? So today's question is, how do I relate to God? And this God of truth, this God of mercy and grace? Well, the first thing I ought to do is love Him. When someone does something just overly aggressive in its love toward you, do you respond with an appreciation? Sure you do. Do you respond with a thank you? Sure you do. And the more they do that for you, the more appreciation you show toward them, and the more feeling you have for them, and soon you find you love them. There are many forms of love, aren't there? There's the erotic, eros kind of love. There's the phileo, brotherly kind of love. And then there's the agape kind of love. The kind of love that I ought to show this God. That ought to be one of my responses to this God of truth and grace. Agape love. What kind of love is that? Well, it's the love that transcends all of my moods, all of my situations, all of the things going on around me, all of the fears I have. It's also a love that persists, a love that doesn't go away easily. We really see an example of that kind of love in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, don't we? The famous love chapter, where it tells us all the things that love is not and all the things that love is. And one of the things we find out about love is it's not easily hurt, but it's also not easily run away. It persists. So one of the first responses I ought to have to this God is a response of love. I love Him, and I appreciate Him. I appreciate Him for setting me straight when I need to be set straight, and I appreciate Him for loving me and forgiving me and for showing me grace. The second thing I ought to do with this God as my response to Him is respect. I ought to respect this God of mercy and grace and love and truth. Yes, I respect Him. He tells me that if I really love Him, I'm going to keep all of His commandments. One of those commandments says that I should have no other gods before him. And so therefore, I really show respect when I give him first order in my life and in my day. Before I think about myself and before I set my own agenda, maybe I think about what he wants me to do today. Not a real relationship where he's controlling me, but a relationship where I want his input. See, on one side, when someone controls you, you probably will resist that. But on the other hand, if you want his input, you seek that. You respect him by seeking his input. So the second way I relate to this God is out of respect. The other is devotion. Not just devotion to him, but to his children. A devotion to God and man. What does that look like? Well, in the past when I've spoken with you, I've talked to you about the 5 simple rules of life that will show whether you're devoted to God, whether you're devoted to others, or whether you're devoted to yourself. As a child, I was told that is best exemplified by the letters J-O-Y, that will bring true joy to my life. Jesus, others, and myself. And so how am I best devoted to Jesus, others, and myself? Well, there are 5 things that I can check off on a daily basis and find out if I'm really devoted. First, am I doing the right thing in every situation? Oh, not the convenient thing, not the popular thing, not the least expensive or the most expensive thing necessarily, but the right thing. Now, you may respond and say, oh, Greg, there's so many different gray areas in life. I don't necessarily always know the right thing. Really? Oh, what is the right thing? First of all, the laws of the land will control that. Secondly, the laws of nature. Thirdly, the laws of your Lord. Not necessarily in that order. So what are the laws of your Lord? Well, we'll start with those 10 commandments. We'll also think about how I relate to others by doing the right thing. It's usually, let me tell you a secret, it's usually the hardest thing. If you're looking at 2 alternatives as to what to do, oh, my neighbor offended me. So what should I do? Simply, easily, I'll ignore him. But the hardest thing is go talk to him. Our scripture tells us to do that. If you have aught against your neighbor, go talk to him. If that doesn't work, take someone else with you to talk to him. Because you give them the benefit of the doubt. In talking with them, you may find out why they acted like they did, and it makes sense, and you're not so offended. And your relationship will be stronger. But the easy thing to do would be to avoid them, to develop some sort of relationship issue with them, and in the future, things aren't as good as they should be, are they? No. So, a secret to doing the right thing, most of the time, doing the most difficult thing. So the second rule, as I show my devotion to others, is I control myself. First thing, do the right thing. Secondly, control yourself. Many times that means control the tongue. Ooh, that's not easy, is it? No, it's not. Many times I also have to learn how to control my suspicions and my thoughts and my paranoias. Self-control is a very constant battle. But when I do it with myself, my God, and my fellow man, things will work out better, will be easier in the long run. First, I do the right thing. Secondly, I control myself. Thirdly, I work diligently. I don't use excuses for not working, for not doing my job, for not relating to others, for not listening. It's easy to use an excuse, isn't it? Oh, the phone went dead. My email's not working. There, life is full of excuses, isn't it? But when I work diligently, I'm like the ant. The ant bumps into a stick or bumps into a mound of sand, and what does the ant do? Does he call it in for the day? Does he take the afternoon off? No, he or she doesn't. No, they don't. They find an alternative route. They're always working toward the goal. Always working for God and man. I work diligently. The fourth thing is I'm always thinking from the other person's point of view. To really show devotion to someone else and to show devotion to God, you know what? Everything's not about me. It's not. It's not about my attitude or my inclinations or my wants or my desires today. Maybe today should be about somebody else. I think from their point of view. I walk a mile in someone else's shoes. And lastly, the way I show devotion to my brother is I give thanks for my brother. And I let my brother or sister know that I thank God for them. I show them an abundance of love and care. And we're told we will be known to be Christians by our love and our care for one another. The next thing I would do to this God is I would show excitement for my relationship with Him. You know, God told us right at the end, Jesus did at the end of His life, go and share this. And He told His disciples to go and share in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria and the uttermost parts of the earth. And He's told you and me to do it too. And we shouldn't see this as just drudgery. We should see this as an opportunity to share with somebody else a secret. Oh, it's difficult to keep a secret, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's also difficult when something great has happened to you. Boy, you go and hit the lottery, you're going to tell everybody. You kick cancer, you're going to tell everybody. You have found everlasting life. Why don't you tell everybody? So as I relate to this God of truth and grace, I should show love, respect, devotion, and excitement. I hope you will do that today. Let us know if you have issues, you have questions, or you have needs at First United Methodist Church in Corinth, Mississippi. Have a blessed day.